Hi. So we are going to start planting. New thing came up. I got my tarp up on my greenhouses. I bought 2 greenhouses and it has a tarp. And so I put a shade cloth over them. And I also have an auto water system going. Super excited about that. So I have 17 green stalks, well 18 including the flower, but all 17 are attached to a watering system. Let me give you a tour. So I usually have a onion tower and a garlic tower, but I didn't buy garlic, so I have a few garlics growing. You can see there, and I just filled it with green beans. So this has green beans in it. This is all potatoes, as you can see. I also have, let me show you, this is onions. All the way down I planted seeds, so hopefully they come up, but onions, and then some chopping onions. All strawberries, that's in that. This one is going to be tomatoes and an artichoke. I believe tomatoes. No, this is pepper. This is going to be my pepper tower. So I have bell peppers and jalapenos in here from last season. I did take a few jalapeno, bell, and ornamental. This is my herb tower. Got like oregano, thyme, parsley, lemon balm, chamomile, dill, oregano, rosemary. There's this stevia grew back, which is cool. Cilantro from seed is coming up. Basil. I don't know, thyme, oregano, marjoram, tarragon, thyme, pretty flowers. Stevia, a pretty flower. I forgot what flower this is. But yeah. This is supposed to be tomatoes. And then I had an extra potato growing, so I put that here on top. The raspberries is from the what is it, the BOGO sale they had going on, so I did get that. A replacement green, one of them broke, so they sent me my replacement, so I put it there. This is all green beans, so these are coming in nicely. All peas, as you can see, the peas are ready, and they are really good. So my kids will come in here and eat them. I have carrots on the top and carrots at the bottom, as you can see. 1, 2, and 3. These are supposed to be my tomatoes. So I gotta plant tomatoes, and then I gotta plant some melons on top, along with some marigolds. This is lettuce. Once this is done, it's gonna be another tomato tower, I believe. So this one was from last season, so the lavender died down. Bees. Oh, look at the bees. See the bees? Look at it just flying around. Oh, nice. See it right there. Beautiful. So the lavender reseeded right there, and I believe right there as well. There's the lavender. Cabbage and broccoli at the top. I think this is all cabbage. Not good. Aphids. I need to spray it down. Yeah, look at all those aphids. Ugh. So I'm gonna have to hose it down. And broccoli, I already harvested off of 2. The shoots are coming back up. So this one, I gotta plant this somewhere else. So like when the lavender dies like this, that's what I did, is just put it in there. Stirred dirt and watered it. I gave one of my towers away because I have too many. And I have 3 emptied right here and 2 still standing. Yeah, but that's the future of the garden. I do have a what is it, a ranunculus. I bought it from Costco, and there's 1 or 2 in each pocket, and that's what's growing in this whole thing. I didn't know what to do with the 100 ranunculus packet from Costco, so I put it in this tower. I have to attach it to the end of my hose so I can have auto water system. And then also my orange tree is growing. I have artichokes, herbs, jade, and this is a huckleberry bush I planted from seed. I've already harvested off a couple, but look, more huckleberries are gonna grow. I thought that's cool. I put them in the freezer so I can make jam later on. And then this is the state of the garden. Hydrangeas are growing back there. More lavender. I have green beans in that little standing tower. There's another bee. They love the lavender. And then I had extra like broccoli or cabbage. I had another tote there, and I found my 7-gallon pots, so I put the flowers I found. I had an eggplant still growing from last season. I put in there as well. So let's see. This is from last season, so the tomatoes, I chopped it pretty good. These are the suckers. I'm just letting it do its thing. Jalapenos growing, nasturtiums. I already harvested potatoes, but potatoes were growing in this soil, along with, this is chocolate mint. A borage regrew, and then I threw these pots on it because I don't want the cats pooping in it. Some flowers are growing right there. Elysium, I believe that's what it's called. Another borage was growing in the greenstalk, so I planted it right there. These are sweet potatoes. I'm trying to get some slips to grow out of them, as you can tell. But I think the bugs are eating them. But I got a little something growing. I forgot what that is. That's an herb. Extra, I think, cauliflower. No, I didn't grow cauliflower. I think it's oh my goodness, I forgot what it's called. Cabbage. These were growing in a green stalk, so I pulled them out and put them right here. Let it do its thing. A sunflower. I've put corn in this pot, that pot, and then the other pot right there. So we'll see if corn grows. Lettuce regrew, and this sunflower stick dropped seeds, so I have sunflowers growing all in there. I threw an artichoke right there. There is mint. Lots and lots of sunflowers are growing. We got a fig tree last season, so it's growing. We'll see how it grows. I threw chocolate mint in here as well, and you can see a ranunculus. It's growing right there, and you can tell another one's poking up right here. This is dragon fruit. I don't know how it's doing. And then it's doing its thing, but all these have to go in the green stock. I have bell peppers, jalapenos, tomatoes, zucchini. I think I have 1 melon, and tomatillos. I have 2 tomatillos in here somewhere. Yeah, so like a sugar baby. So yeah, I have to go get some seeds so I can directly sow. We should be good to go. Yeah. And then I have my poles, which I have to put in there as well. So lots to do in the garden. I'm gonna try and get some of it done today. If not, I'll continue again tomorrow, but hopefully we'll get most of it done today. I have my bag of earthworm castings. All the soil has been amended with some more perlite. I added perlite, vermiculite, and plant amendment fertilizer in there. And then when I add the tomato starts, I'm going to add earthworm castings in there as well. So let me go get my seed packets for my melons, and then we can get started on that. My raspberry, let me get closer, is going to be I planted loofah in here. Hopefully something comes. I did have a tower, like a lattice up top, but it kind of poked through and I can't really put anything, so I think I'm going to take it down to a 4-tier maybe, because I'm going to put zucchini at the bottom, tomatillos around here, and carrots, and then loofah. So I don't think I need the extra one. I thought I did. I don't need it. Or I might, because I could do carrots in 2, which is fine. But I need to find the zucchini. What was a cucumber? This is no name. I did have a couple. I had no idea what they were. So I want to say they're cantaloupe. So the tops where the tomatoes are gonna go, I have cantaloupe, watermelon, honeydew, cucumber, and loofah. That's 5. And I have 6. So I have 6 designated for tomatoes. I have 5 for regular tomatoes and 1 with tomatillos. And tomatillos is going to have loofah. So hopefully the loofah grows. This is another cucumber. Here's 2 tomatillos. Tomatillos get big. My zucchinis are gonna go at the bottom. Is a sugar baby. So I have honeydew is the only one I don't have. I have cantaloupe, cucumber, 1 sugar baby, and loofah. Because I have a variety called Tiny Tim. I might just put those up here. So I have mostly Romas. I have a couple of orange jazz tomatoes, Romas, orange jazz, pineapple, and I think more orange jazz. And then I found 3 different varieties at the store, so I put those, I took little suckers and I started planting them, so we'll see how those go. But I need to plant these. These are way overdue to go on the ground. So look at those roots. Nice. Random cantaloupe. So I'm trying to keep the same variety tomatoes in the same container. My goal is to put 3 tomatoes in one tier, and they're all separated so they have room to grow in the next pot, and then maybe implement some marigolds here and there. That is the plan. So this is the chili poblano. I have my chilies in this one. So they're gonna go, this is my pepper tower. So that's gonna go there, except for my artichoke, which is down there. Let me see if I have any more. So all these are chili poblano. And I have some others in the tray. I'm not ready to plant that tray yet. So I have my worm castings. And the first, like this is potatoes. I'm not going to plant anything in this second tier except for carrots, probably, and tomatoes. I have 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, one of them wasn't going to have anything. That's right. So this one's potatoes. So carrots are going to go with the tomatoes, except up top. And I'm gonna seed those in later. So I have so many right now. My Tiny Tim doesn't get too big. And pineapple. 3 pineapples. I have 2 Cherokee purples and an orange jazz. So I need to space them out, one every other one, so let's do that. Space these out. Let me take the hose out. One right there. And one right there. So every other one. I'm going to do the same with this, except I'm going to shift it over so it doesn't overcrowd the next one. Jazz. And that one. So what I like to do is, this is the reason why I have this. Take this off, put it right there. Make a hole pretty deep enough. Handful of worm castings. Take the plant out. Put it in there pretty good. I don't like to have leaves touching the top. Here we go, first one. And then I'm going to continue doing it for the rest of the other ones. So for this season, I did amend the soil. Like I said, I used So the soil I used before was from Lowe's, and it is the cheapest brand, Star Green, and it's okay. It keeps a lot of moisture in. It's just I needed more drainage, because over winter, when I was emptying them out, it kept the moisture in and it smelled so bad because the water has just been sitting in it. So I added perlite, vermiculite, plant fertilizer, and a little bit of plant food from, what's it? I don't even remember the brand. Oh, Miracle Grow. So that's what the little pellets are. I used all 4 of those inside, and I had extra. That's what's in one of the totes, so I'm gonna put that tote over there so I could grow something. But I'm pretty excited. I got my water system finally in. I have my shading cloth in, so I am pretty set on my plants this year. Supposed to be high mid 70s, almost 8, mid 80s for the next 2 weeks. So perfect timing. I did order another shading cloth. I have to scoot this down a little and continue it in the end, because I have to cover maybe 2 more green stalks, and the sun comes from this side and it's going to overcrowd. One of my green stalks is the pepper ones, and it's going to be super hot without the shade cloth. So I have another shade cloth coming in. I'll link what I bought down below. I'll try to get as best as I can. Earthworms, castings, of course, are a must for me when starting my seeds, or not my seeds, my starts, to give it a good base. I've had these green stalks for I started buying them 5 years ago. I gave my rusted red one to my sister-in-law the other day. I have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That would have been 25. I have one of my grandma's that's 26. So after I bought my raspberry from the BOGO sale, I had 2 more, so that brought it to 25. And I have 3 that are empty, and 1 I just put the plants in, and I have 3 that are just soil. I don't know what to do with them. And the one I gave my sister-in-law had soil as well. So like, I could share, she could have it. I'm always over there anyways, and she'll love it, hopefully. She doesn't have a green thumb, but I gave her the one I added Happy Frog soil in, and it was just last season, so it should be a good one. Last year I have tomatoes that were growing. They didn't die. A lot of the stuff did not die. It was super hot. I found out I was pregnant last year. I was sick. I was wondering, why am I sick? I've never felt like this before, and come to find out, I killed everything in the backyard. I couldn't come out. I thought I had COVID, not COVID. But yeah, I was pregnant. I'm like, this kid is making me sick. I've never experienced nausea for that long. But everything died. I'd be at work miserable, sick. My boyfriend would come home after work and try and help me keep everything alive. It all died. Winter came. The peppers and the tomatoes were still thriving. So there was a tomato that was in one of the pink towers that didn't produce. but the peppers they're really tiny. But I had Burmese sour, and I took the suckers off, so I have 4 little suckers. So I'm gonna plant these in this one as well. So save your suckers from your plants. And even the potatoes were growing. It was crazy. Like, I had a good harvest. I made potatoes for me and my boyfriend. Kids were at school, so we had breakfast, enough potatoes for like 3 days. I love potatoes, so pretty good. I need my handy dandy tape and Sharpie so I can write Burmese sour on 3 spots. I know I spelled it wrong. So these tomatoes are going to be pretty tall. I'm pretty excited to see how tall they're going to get. I use poles. I do like the trellis that Greenstock provides. It's just I don't have that kind of money right now to buy trellis. There it is. Greenstock does offer the payment plan, which is how I got most of these Greenstocks. So if you're wondering, wow, you have a lot, the payment plan. So I'm in no way an expert gardener, I guess you could say. I still learn. Like everybody else, I'm still learning new tips and tricks. I do fertilize my garden with fish emulsion. I do have kelp. I had that last year, but I can't really go off on how good last year was because I really wasn't in the garden that much. The corn, oh my gosh, I was so mad. I let the corn go to seed, so basically I didn't get corn, but I got seeds, so I planted those out there. I would love to grow corn in these again. I was thinking of doing one side just to experiment of corn and see how that would go, but I can't figure out because the stalk of the corn will take up the whole tier. It will fill up one tier of the original. So when I pulled the corn out, it took it over. So I was thinking of doing one side corn, maybe more at the bottom, so it'll fertilize it better because I had 2 tiers of corn and it was tall. If I fertilized it, it would probably have been taller. But yeah, I think I might do that. I might do it in my peppers because there's one side that's going to cover because of the sun. It's going to be in the sun either way, but I might do it in my pepper plant. I don't know. The artichoke's there. So my experiment with the artichoke, I had 3 in the one top tier. I did take it out. And it needs 1 artichoke plant and 1 tier. 1 artichoke took up 2 spots. The roots did. So if I have 1 artichoke in it, it'll take up the whole tier. So I'm giving that a try. So I took all 3 out, put the remainder in another pot, and left 1 in. So we're gonna see how that goes. So artichokes should be pretty interesting to grow. I was surprised it didn't flower last year, but then again, like I said, I didn't water, I didn't fertilize like I should have. That pregnancy really messed me up. Tomatillos. I'm gonna put carrots right here, and then the tiny tins on this one. Right? Yeah, because that one's supposed to be empty. And I forgot I put potatoes in it. That's where the tiny tins were supposed to be, but no room. So the Romas are gonna go in those. So let's do this. I got my little helper with me. So it has one zucchini there. I like to do every other one to give space for the roots, and so I could put like marigolds or something in there, and that way the bushes don't overcrowd. The pole's stuck. So these will be trellised on a pole, so they're not gonna hang. Plant these. Oh. I'm always doing everything sitting on the ground, as you can tell. A good shove in there. I have 4 of these tomatillos. I'm gonna put 2 together, like side by side. I think I should do it right here. This is gonna get bushy because just with 2 tomatillos, they were so big. I didn't do this one. This one. So these are purple tomatillos. Oh. It sticks on there so good it rips off. My tiny tins. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The remaining tomatoes in the slots because they're all Romas. So I'm gonna hurry real quick and put everything in, and I'll get back to you when I'm done.